Hello, everyone. Welcome to the English Mind podcast.
Hello, friends. Nice to see you again.
Hello, John. How are you doing today?
Hi, Sarah. I'm doing great, thanks. How about you? I'm really excited about today's topic.
I'm wonderful. Me too. I can't wait to talk about this. So, John, let's tell our listeners what we do here.
Yes, dear listeners, we're here to help you with everyday English. We want to make learning English fun and natural for you.
That's right. We talk about real situations you'll face in life. Today's topic is super useful.
It really is. Today, we're talking about work, specifically how native speakers talk at work.
This is so important. Many of our listeners work in English-speaking environments or want to in the future.
Exactly. Work English can be tricky because it's different from casual English.
That's true. So, John, let's start with the basics. When you arrive at work in the morning, what do you say?
Well, the most common greeting is simply good morning. It's friendly and professional.
Yes, good morning is perfect for work. You say it to your colleagues when you arrive.
Colleagues are the people you work with. They're your coworkers.
Right. So you walk in and say, "Good morning, everyone," or "Good morning, Sarah."
You can also say morning without the good. This is more casual but still friendly.
That's a good point. Native speakers often drop the good part with people they know well.
Exactly. But with your boss or clients, always say the full good morning.
Good advice. What about later in the day, John?
After 12 p.m., you switch to good afternoon.
And after 6 p.m., it's good evening, though this is less common at work.
True, most people leave work before evening.
That's true. Now, besides greetings, what else do people say when they arrive?
Often people ask, how are you, or how's it going?
Yes, but here's something interesting. At work, people don't always expect a long answer.
That's right. It's often just a greeting, not a real question about your life.
So you can simply say, "Good, thanks. How about you?" Or "Great, and you?"
Keep it short and positive. Even if you're tired, you usually say good or not bad.
Exactly. Save the long stories for close friends. At work, keep it brief and professional.
Now, Sarah, let's talk about small talk. This is very common at work.
Oh, yes. Small talk is light, friendly conversation. It's not about serious topics.
Native speakers use small talk to be friendly and build relationships at work.
Right. Common topics are the weather, weekend plans, or sports.
For example, you might say, "Nice weather today, isn't it?"
Or, "Did you have a good weekend?"
"Any plans for the weekend?" is another common one.
These questions are easy and safe. Everyone can talk about them.
Exactly. You don't talk about controversial topics like politics or religion at work.
Good point. Keep it light and friendly. So, John, what about when you need help with something at work?
Asking for help. This is important. You want to be polite, but not too formal.
Yes, you can say, "Could you help me with something?"
Or, "Do you have a minute?" This asks if the person has time to help you.
"Would you mind?" is also very polite. Like, "Could you mind checking this for me?"
These phrases are polite and professional. Native speakers use them all the time.
What if you need something from someone, like a file or document?
You can say, "Could I get that report from you?" Or, "Can you send me that file?"
"When you have a chance" is a nice phrase to add. It shows you're not rushing them.
Yes. "Could you send me that file when you have a chance?" Perfect.
I love that. Now, John, what about offering help to others?
Good question. You can say, "Can I help you with anything?"
Or, "Let me know if you need any help." This is very common and friendly.
"I'm happy to help if you need anything" is another good one.
These phrases show you're a team player. That's important at work.
Absolutely. Teamwork is everything. Now, Sarah, let's talk about meetings.
Oh, meetings. Everyone has meetings at work.
Yes, so many meetings. Let's start with how meetings begin.
Usually someone says, "Let's get started," or "Shall we begin?"
Right. Then they might say, thanks everyone for coming, or thanks for joining.
If it's a video call, you might hear, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, technology problems are common.
So true. Now, during the meeting, how do you share your ideas?
You can say, I think, or in my opinion, to give your thoughts.
I'd like to suggest is good if you have a proposal or idea.
You can say, can I add something? Or I'd like to add.
If you disagree with someone politely,
Great question. You never want to say, you're wrong directly.
no, never. That's too direct and rude.
Instead, say, I see your point, but, or that's interesting, however.
Or, I have a different perspective. This is polite and professional.
Yes, you acknowledge their idea first, then share yours.
This is called diplomacy. It's very important in work communication.
Exactly. Now, what if you don't understand something in the meeting?
Don't be afraid to ask. Say, could you clarify that? Or, I'm not sure I understand.
Could you explain that again? Is also fine. Everyone asks for clarification.
That's right. It's better to ask than to be confused.
Absolutely. And if the meeting is going off topic, someone might say, let's get back on track.
Or, let's refocus on the main issue. This redirects the conversation politely.
At the end of meetings, people usually summarize. So, to sum up, or in summary.
Yes, and then someone says, great, thanks everyone, or thank you all for your time.
Perfect. Now, Sarah, let's talk about email language. This is so important.
Oh, yes, emails are a huge part of work communication today.
Right. So, let's start with how to begin an email.
If you know the person's name, you write, hi, John, or hello, Sarah.
If it's more formal, you can write, Dear Mr. Smith, or Dear Miss Johnson.
And if you don't know the name, you write, dear sir or madam, or to whom it may concern.
But honestly, Sarah, that last one is very formal and a bit old-fashioned now.
You're right. These days, people try to find the person's name to make it more personal.
Exactly. Now, after the greeting, you often start with the purpose of the email.
Yes, you might write, I'm writing to, or I wanted to reach out about,
Just following up on is common if you're checking on something.
or I hope this email finds you well is a polite opening, though some people think it's too formal now.
That's true. Language is always changing. Native speakers are using more casual language in emails now.
Right, but it depends on the company culture. Some workplaces are more formal than others.
Good point. You should match the tone of the emails you receive.
Exactly. Now, John, what about when you need to ask for something in an email?
You want to be polite, right? Could you please, or would you be able to?
I would appreciate it if you could is also very polite and professional.
Yes, and always say thank you or thanks in advance at the end.
Thanks in advance means you're thanking them before they do it. It shows confidence they'll help.
Right. Now, if you're sending something, you might write, please find attached, or I've attached.
Or simply, attached is the report you requested.
If you're sending information in the email itself, you might write below is, or here's the information.
These phrases are very common in work emails.
They are. Now, Sarah, how do you end an email professionally?
There are several good options. Best regards is very common and professional.
Kind regards and best are also popular.
Sincerely is more formal. You use it for very formal emails.
And with people you know well, you might just write thanks or cheers.
Cheers is more British, but Americans understand it too.
Yes, though Americans might use it less. After the closing, you write your name.
Sometimes you include your title and contact information too. This is called an email signature.
Right. Now, let's talk about phone conversations at work. This can be tricky.
It can. When you answer the phone at work, you usually say your name and maybe your company.
Like, hello, this is John from ABC Company. How can I help you?
Or simply, this is Sarah speaking. How may I assist you?
If you're calling someone, you say, hi, this is John calling from ABC Company.
Then you state why you're calling. I'm calling about, or I wanted to discuss.
If the person you need isn't available, you might hear, he's not available right now. Can I take a message?
And you respond, yes, please ask him to call me back. Or, could you tell him I called?
Always leave your name and phone number. My number is,
Before hanging up, say, "Thank you for your help," or "Thanks for your time."
and have a great day, or talk to you soon, to end on a friendly note.
Perfect. Now, John, let's talk about some common workplace phrases that might confuse learners.
Oh yes, there are lots of idioms and expressions native speakers use at work.
Right. For example, touch base. What does this mean?
Touch base means to contact someone briefly to check in or update them.
Like, "Let's touch base next week" means "Let's talk briefly next week."
Exactly. Another common one is on the same page.
This means everyone understands and agrees. Let's make sure we're all on the same page.
In the loop is another good one. It means being informed about something.
Yes, keep me in the loop means keep me informed or tell me what's happening.
Give a heads up means to warn someone or inform them in advance.
Like, "Can you give me a heads up before the meeting?" means, "Can you tell me about it before it happens?"
Circle back means to return to a topic or person later.
"Let's circle back to this tomorrow" means "Let's discuss this again tomorrow."
These expressions are very common. Native speakers use them without thinking.
That's why they can be confusing for learners, but now you know them.
Exactly. Now, Sarah, what about lunch breaks? How do people talk about lunch at work?
Oh, lunch conversations. People often ask, "What are you doing for lunch?"
Or want to grab lunch? This means, do you want to go get lunch together?
"I'm going to the cafeteria," or "I'm ordering in" are common responses.
Ordering in, it means getting food delivered to the office.
Right. You might also hear, "I'm brown bagging it," which means bringing lunch from home.
That's a fun expression, though younger people might not use it as much.
True. They might just say, "I brought my lunch."
During lunch, people often chat about non-work topics. It's more relaxed.
Yes, it's a good time for small talk and getting to know your coworkers better.
But remember, keep it appropriate. Don't share too much personal information.
Good advice. There's a balance between being friendly and being professional.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about asking for time off or vacation.
This is important. You usually need to request time off formally.
You might say to your boss, "I'd like to request vacation time from July 1st to July 7th.
Or, "I need to take some personal time next week."
Personal time can mean vacation, sick leave, or personal business.
If you're sick, you call in and say, "I'm not feeling well today. I need to take a sick day."
Or, "I'm under the weather and won't be able to come in today."
Under the weather is an idiom meaning you're sick or not feeling well.
Right. It's a polite way to say you're sick without giving details.
And if you're running late, you should call or message and say, "I'm running about 15 minutes late."
Or, "I'm stuck in traffic. I'll be there as soon as possible."
Communication is key. Always let people know if you'll be late or absent.
Absolutely. Now, Sarah, what about compliments at work? How do native speakers give compliments professionally?
Great question. Compliments should be specific and sincere.
You might say, "Great job on that presentation," or "You did excellent work on this project."
"I really appreciate your help with this," shows gratitude and recognizes someone's effort.
"That was a great idea," acknowledges someone's contribution.
When you receive a compliment, simply say, "Thank you, I appreciate that."
Or, "Thanks, I'm glad it worked out well."
Don't be too modest or dismiss the compliment. Accept it graciously.
Yes, in English-speaking cultures, it's normal to accept compliments with a simple "thank you."
Right. Now, John, what about giving feedback or criticism at work?
This is delicate. You want to be honest but kind.
We use something called the sandwich method. Start with something positive.
Then give the constructive criticism, then end with something positive again.
For example, "You did a great job with the research. However, the conclusion could be stronger. Overall, it's really solid work."
See how that works? Positive, constructive, positive.
You can also use phrases like "one thing to consider" or "something to think about."
Have you thought about is another gentle way to suggest improvements.
These phrases are less direct and feel more like suggestions than orders.
Exactly.
Native speakers often use indirect language to be polite, especially with criticism.
It's all about being respectful while still being clear.
Now, let's talk about ending the workday. How do people say goodbye?
Usually, people say, have a good evening, or see you tomorrow.
Have a great night, or take care are also common.
On Fridays, you'll hear, have a great weekend.
Yes, everyone loves Fridays.
If that's true. TGIF, thank God it's Friday.
That's a popular expression. People are happy the work week is ending.
Before leaving, you might say to coworkers, I'm heading out, or I'm taking off.
These mean I'm leaving now. They're casual and friendly.
You can also say, I'm calling it a day, which means you're done with work for today.
These are all natural expressions native speakers use.
They are. Now, John, let's talk about some challenges English learners face at work.
One big challenge is understanding different accents and speaking speeds.
Yes, native speakers sometimes talk very fast, especially when they're comfortable.
If you don't understand, it's okay to say, "Could you speak a bit slower, please?"
Or, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it?
"I didn't catch that" is a natural way to say, "I didn't hear or understand that."
Everyone uses this phrase, even native speakers.
Another challenge is understanding office jargon or business terms.
Jargon is specialized language used in a particular field or workplace.
Don't be afraid to ask what things mean. Say, "What does that term mean?"
Or, I'm not familiar with that expression. Could you explain it?
People will respect that you're trying to learn and understand.
Absolutely. It's much better to ask than to pretend you understand.
So true. Now, Sarah, any final tips for our listeners about workplace English?
Yes, listen actively and pay attention to how native speakers phrase things.
Take notes of useful phrases and expressions you hear.
Practice with a friend or colleague if possible. Role-playing helps so much.
Be confident. Even if you make mistakes, people will appreciate your effort.
Remember that communication is more important than perfect grammar.
Yeah, as long as you're clear and polite, you'll do great.
And don't compare yourself to native speakers. You're doing amazing by learning.
That's such important advice. Learning a language is hard work, and you should be proud.
Exactly. Every conversation is practice. You're improving all the time.
Well, Sarah, I think we've covered so much today.
We really have, from greetings to emails to meetings to saying goodbye.
I hope our listeners feel more confident about speaking English at work now.
Me too. Remember, everyone, you can do this. Take it one conversation at a time.
Practice these phrases and expressions. They'll become natural over time.
And always be polite and professional. That's the key to success at work.
Couldn't agree more. Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening today.
We hope this episode was helpful and gave you practical language you can use.
Before we go, we have one small request.
Yes, if you enjoyed this episode and found it useful, please support us.
You could like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and share it with friends who are learning English.
Your support helps us create more content to help English learners like you.
We really appreciate every like, every subscription, and every share. It means the world to us.
Thank you for being part of the English Mind podcast community.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and don't be afraid to speak English at work.
You've got this. We believe in you.
Until next time, take care, everyone.
Goodbye and good luck with your English at work.
See you in the next episode.
Happy learning, everyone.